Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teacher Soup. Today I have with me Jared.
Is it recording? Because I don't see the.
It is. It is.
Okay, cool. How you doing, Robert?
Not too bad. Today we are going over kind of completing a bit of a long thing I've been doing of doing this era of leading all the time around Infinite Crisis of Superman, at least leading up to it, as we are going to be covering, hopefully anyway, Gail Simone's Action Comics run and Mark Verheiden's Superman run. Gail Simone was brought in to take over after Chuck Austin was fired for legit reasons. Let me just put it.
Mm-hmm.
His run sucked. And John Byrne came back.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I gotta say that cover is killer.
Mm-hmm. And then we have Mark Verheiden on Superman, who took over after Brian Azzarello and Jim Lee finished theirs. And both of these are basically marking time until Infinite Crisis comes around. And fortunately, poor John Byrne didn't know about that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so let's just dive right in with Gail's run. It's all in all, it's a beautiful night in Star City. Traffic just a little slow on the Caymans and slow on interchange. Looks like a stalled semi. Blah blah blah. New stuff. Nice weather we're having, isn't it? You're Lindsay Wah, aren't you? Excuse me? No, you're mistaken. I don't think so. I think you're Lindsay Wah, a.k.a. Aura. Pretty name, both of them. Look, I don't know who you are, but, don't get me wrong, darling. I'm not a stalker. Truth is, I'm a fan. Yeah, how many stalkers are fans?
Yeah. Someone looks sinister.
Basically, she was part of the Ravers.
Okay.
Some Superboy and the Ravers way back.
Mm-hmm.
And just let me stop and give you a warning. I rather like my privacy, and I don't play the hero game anymore. You have no idea who you're dealing with. Oh, but I do. You have gifts, magnetic gifts, positive, negative. I love that. Such a simple way to define the world. And teaming with Superboy and the Ravers as a shimmering debutante, face it, Peanut, it's ambitious. But see, the problem is, you rather make my talents, my vastly more extraordinary talents, seem common and mundane, like wearing the same dress to Catolian. Here, I brought you something. And what the hell are these supposed to be? Why, that's a very good question, Lindsay. Let me see if I can explain this simply. They're the closed tolerance bolts on the rotor assembly of the Channel 6 traffic chapter. I called and they just came to me. Do you know the story of Chicken Little, Lindsay? Oh, and since we're friends now, you can call me Repulse, darling. Basically killed her.
Oh, wow.
Yep, just brought it down on her. Why? To make herself more unique.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm really more of a Channel 7 viewer anyway. This issue takes place after Superman 217. Hold on, let me double check which issue that was. Let me compare to, that takes place after this issue.
Okay, I remember that one.
Well, yeah, this was the first of Verheiden's issues.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, there's a lot of intersecting between these. Liar! You are nothing but cattle, old woman. I cannot protect you without men, and your putrid life will contribute. There are no men left save my grandson. Others like you took them, those who you did not kill. So stuff going on with, red eyes. Superman was there visiting. Why? Because by this point, his fortress is in the Amazon, or South America, or one of the two, or Africa or South America. And tell your men to drop their weapons. All of them. Now. Can you watch this man for a moment, Shifu? And may I say, I've never seen a braver young chief. Unfortunately, there are no real authorities to turn you over to here. But I think you might do more good telling your people exactly who is guarding and who is against tribesmen here. You're free to go. I'd get started. It's a fair distance walk. Here. You could even have your weapons back. Tell no one. But I enjoyed that. I was about to say the same thing, wise mother. So yeah, we're just seeing all this. This is sweet, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
As he then flies off and then, sorry, wise on. I'll find you a nice African girl for a bride. Sorry, wise mother, I'm covered.
I love that.
Hark.
Yeah.
Oh, and you brought those sweet potato rolls I like. And I brought those sweet potato rolls you like. If only you brought some of that coffee from Brazil, you'd be the perfect husband. Well, some believe the S does stand for super. Really? I always thought it stood for spit curl. I'm different and things to different people, I suppose. I have a bit of time, if you. Very nice, teasing me with what I can't have. Got a meeting with with Congressman Shepard. Supposed to be a puff piece. Emphasis on suppose. We can't all be slacking around Africa and the Amazon. Some of us have to work. You know the deal. Superman gets the guys in capes. Lois and Clark get the guys in suits. And can't find my brown shoes. Oh, speaking of, we have to get you out and off that ridiculous newbie news beat. It's disgraceful. Front room under the couch. Your shoes. Aha! I knew it. Put them someplace stupid. I'm thinking of starting a new book, actually. Nonfiction. Need a lift? No, the new kid, Willis something. He's picking me up. And it's about time there was another Kent bestseller. I was thinking about something the tribal elder said. She said I have many homes. It's true. Compared to someone like Batman, look at what I've been given. The people I have around me. I used to think they made me vulnerable. You might have married the luckiest man alive, Lois. Let's be lucky together then, Clark. I like this. Gail does have a good handling on these two.
I will say there are a lot of stuff about Gail Simone's writing that I don't like, or it's not for me. I like her dialogue, even with a lot of, to me, unlikable characters.
Oh, that was one of the big ones of Secret Six and Villains United.
Yeah, it's like with me, I hate Lois Lane, but I like this dialogue. It's good dialogue.
It's a couple dialogue. It's a married couple dialogue.
Yeah. She gets that really. She writes couples really well.
Yep. Miss Lane, over here. Hey, Willis. Oh, man, I can't believe Lois Lane is in my car. I'm sorry, but I've been following your work since I was. Let's put a number there. Let's not put a number there. We might both regret.
I love that. That's good.
I agree. I would agree with her. I do the same thing. Let's not put a number there, please.
I'd be like, stop it, dude. Stop it.
But yeah, so it's on Lois and Willis, and I don't know. I have a feeling this story might not be quite the kind of PR the congressman expects. Go get him, Lois. Works on his story, and but then, hey, listen, would you mind not parking that thing on my desk? I eat here sometimes. Actually, it's writer's desk, and respect and all, Schumann, but this is always going to really be Mr. Kent's station. Olsen, get your gear and get downstairs now. No, 10 minutes before now. It's raining, and I want photos. What? You're kidding. Cars, Olsen. It's raining cars. Why are you still here? Uh-oh. And Schumann, grab my feet. What? Are you insane? I see him. It's Polaris. This is before Polaris gets killed in Infinite Crisis.
Okay.
And Dr. Polaris, one of the most powerful metahumans on the planet, and he wrote the book on crazy. On crazy. Olsen, if you're not getting the shot of the century, you get your butt downstairs and do your job. No, please. No. Oh, but yes, darling. Sorry, but one master of magnetism really is plenty, don't you think? Please, no. Sorry, Peanut. I'm afraid you're now officially ordnance. Ugh. Oh, was that snapping sound your collarbone? And look, she's using the Superman statue.
Oh.
And I heard you were durable. You're on the Schumann. You'll share a byline with Jimmy. Go, me, bud. You're still a reporter, right? But don't be a hero. I mean it. Keep applying pressure right here. Polaris has absolute control of our magnetic field, Schumann. Used to be a split personality with a good side and a bad side. Now it's all bad. Why are you still here, Schumann? No, we can't get any closer. Oh, there's Lupe.
There you go.
From Rucka's Run.
Oh, yeah.
Because weird things keep happening to our weapons. You listen. I want any and all ceramic guns confiscated recently down here now. Clear the evidence lock if you have to. And hurry. Big Blue's nowhere at... Never mind, dispatch. The man has arrived. Look at it this way. You weak thing. At least you have a nice last view, darling.
I like how Simone uses characters from the Rocker Run, because too many times creatives create cool characters, leave the book, and then they're never heard from again.
Well, to be fair, this was still happening simultaneous with Rocco's run.
True.
So you have the SEU. It makes sense there. Just like even Chuck Austin had her make an appearance briefly as a or two, an appearance during that, and yeah, and she even appeared. She even appeared during Verheiden's not Verheiden during For Tomorrow at the very beginning.
I see.
Yeah, which seemed to imply she was in Metropolis a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when a second-rate lunatic posts something like this in my city, I just assume they're asking for a beating, Polaris. I'm not one to disappoint. Superman, oh, thank God. I didn't do this. I gave her for help. It's Repulse. I don't know what she is, but she nearly killed R and nearly killed R. Oh, so she didn't kill her. She's going to kill me if you don't stop her. Ooh, last-minute ally. Someone's bringing aces from their sleeves. Look out. Wait, what? See, this is why you make me sick, Polaris. So many tools at your disposal, and what do? You bend girders when you could bend the entire electromagnetic spectrum around your fingertip, all the way down to infrared. How does it feel to be blind, Superman? This isn't your fight, but just so you know, I could make an EM pulse, Peanut, give you your own personal nuclear winter. I can bend solar radiation away from you and make you one of the little people. Even worse for you, I think. I can feel every bolt, every rivet, every piece of rebar, every dialysis machine, and every brake pedal in this city. Cross me, and I'll make it all go to the deepest part of the Marianas Trench. I always wanted to step on the face of a righteous man. So no more warnings for you, dear heart. Polaris! I can't help you, Superman. She's too strong. She's everything I'm afraid of. I can hear you, Doctor. Now you listen to me carefully. And she'll fight us. She can do anything. Just because I'm blind, Doctor, doesn't mean I'm powerless. I can hear heartbeats. I can feel the change in the air pressure of normal human respiration. But there's no one else there, Polaris. This repulse doesn't exist. But that's not possible. You're lying. I don't know why but now you've done it, Peanut. No more solar vitamin shakes for you. Darling, it's one of its split personalities.
I like that. That's cool.
I like how she had her say specific words, Peanut and Darling, so then you make it clear when he says it, oh shit.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. I like that.
How was that for a first issue?
Love that. That's a fantastic intro.
Yep. Oh, look at that cover.
Oh, that's so
Again,
cool.
now what about Byrne's artwork here?
I like it.
I'll say I've seen better,
artist.
but I've seen a lot worse.
Yeah, I've seen a lot worse. Yes, exactly. I've seen a lot worse.
Especially when he inks himself. That's him at his worst, usually, with some exception. If it's a passion project like Superman, Batman, oh no, it's great. But other ones, you're like, give him another inker. And I think Nelson, the inker here, helps. So yeah, they had him and Schumann. I do like how he's kind of, and that Gail's giving us someone who's Jewish as part of the of there. It's like, oh, I never seen someone that was plainly, obviously Jewish. But yeah, so they drive on like, what are you doing? Stopping in the middle of the road, you redheaded lunatic. Sorry, Mr. Schumann, there's something I have to get. There's a lot of good reasons to not own a car in Metropolis. Park is a nightmare, and the traffic can be murder.
That's such a good one.
Now look, he's standing there, but as far as he thinks, he's on the ground. I'm sweet as Tapalo, honey, and now he's preoccupied. That leaves just you and me, sweetie. Let's get all nice and fatal, shall we? Are you all right, man? No Plato, no, me and Plato esta Torah, no Plato. So yeah, she speaks her down, but I'm facing on. It's a bit complicated, but I'm facing a master of magnetism. Someone who's finally realized that includes the entire electromagnetic spectrum. Superman, help me, including light and infrared. And I'm fighting nearly blind. What's worse, there are civilians nearby. You know, you've got a lot of nerve continuing to exist and all. I mean, how dare you? Don't you get it? One of us is all the world really needs. I knew you couldn't stay away, Peanut. So what are we waiting for? Let's eat this city skeleton. Superhead, she's going to kill me. Help me. The man being slowly crushed to death is Dr. Polaris, one of the most powerful villains on Earth. He'd recently been cured of a severe case of multiple personality disorder. Apparently it didn't stick. I'm thinking of a number of severed limbs between 1 and 4 because his delusions are back with a vengeance. He's created another identity, one only who he can see. A woman this time. Called herself Repulse. You really are a terrible sort of doodlebug, and she wants the real identity, Polaris, dead. I wonder if that would be considered murder or suicide. Man, help me. Either way, it's not going to happen. Polaris, this Repulse doesn't exist. She's only in your mind, Emerson. That's your own voice you're hearing. You and I are the only ones here, and you can fight this. Are you insane? She's right behind you. There's no one here, Polaris. Do you hear me? Oh, Peanut, what a narrow view you have of reality. I so very much beg to differ. Then we see the congressman there, and Congressman, I have a question. Lois Lane, I'm with the planet. I have in my hand a file full of clandestine papers documenting how you, Mr. Shepard, as well as 3 members of your staff and at least 4 close associates, use this center as your own private piggy bank, siphoning off funds intended for construction, maintenance, and staffing to replace funds embezzled from your own software company. This monstrous allegation is utterly without, and they further show that you personally have pocketed nearly $750,000 meant to go to disadvantaged kids as part of the center's outreach program. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's been some sort of mistake, and I'm sure once Mark's sources all out, who wants cake? For the love of God, and Mike, who let Lade in? You're so, go, you beautiful rainmaker, you. So, Mike, I guess my question is, sir, are you certain you want to name the center after yourself? Brilliant.
Yeah.
Gail gets women characters, obviously.
Yep.
I think she's definitely one of the best women writers, even with Wonder Woman.
Her Wonder Woman run is okay. It's not horrible by any means.
It started strong. It started very strong.
It started strong.
Superman, Wonder Woman. Yep. Wonder Woman versus Nazis controlling guerrillas attacking Paradise Island. Come on.
That was cool. I'll give you that. That was cool. There was just some stuff that didn't really rub me the right way. Let me be clear. It's not bad. It's not like exceptional either. It's okay. Right.
But of course then, it was Jimmy. Jimmy still being the tough guy at everything.
Mm-hmm.
And Schubert, he's just this normal guy who's not used to this stuff, having to deal with the insanity. It's kind of like how JMS talked about how a lot of newspaper reporters are some of the most insane people he ever knew.
Mm-hmm.
But basically we keep going on with Repulse. It's basically, I will say though, this is getting a bit stretched out.
Yeah, wrap up the plot.
I mean, I think it's a case where Gail just really wants to write this girl because he knows she's a done in one.
Mm-hmm.
With how she set her up.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense, I think. He's like, get all the miles you can before you wrap them up.
True.
But it's like you mentioned how he suffers from multiple personalities. I can't fight her, Suran. I'm not strong enough. She's everything I'm afraid of. Everything wait, could it be? And don't you tell him that, you alien freak. You confuse me with that little snot stain of a man, that little egg-headed creep. Look and see, Superman. I'm a star to his light bulb. Okay, now she doesn't look that feminine in that armor.
No, she doesn't.
But then, what the hell do you think you were doing back there? Hey, you and let her go. Pipe down, Peaceweek. I asked you a question, lady. I didn't expect. Oh, I know what you expected, Mr. Shepard. You expected to find a press corps too lazy to get their own facts and too complacent to let such a photogenic feel-good story go. You expected accomplices, not reporters. You expected we'd all be bought by a winning smile and a free buffet. I've been called many things, Mr. Shepard, but never a cheap date. May I have my arm back? Superman is apparently fighting Dr. Polaris at the Bay Bridge, and your story is over. A lot of my most powerful friends do business with your paper, Miss Lane. Have them call my editor, Perry White, about lunch. He says and threats improve his digestion. Mm-hmm. I think I actually got the shot at the exact moment he realized his political future was disappearing. Mike, in a few days, I'm either going to need an apology or revenge on that woman. Already on it, sir. Now, look, Jimmy actually tries to help. Why? It's a wood bat.
Oh, nice. But, that sounds like Jimmy. I'll give him that.
Yep. But then it turns out we find out why is he afraid of her. His aunt took care of him after his mother died. Twin aunt. And abused the hell out of him. I mean, look.
Okay, that's cool. That's
Look.
interesting. Yeah.
Sick of you leaving your filthy messes in my place, you egg-headed little freak. Damn.
So that's what the personality is. Okay.
I remember. Oh, damn. So because of that, now they're actually, he's finally able to fight her back. Now that he knows why. Basically, it's one case where he forgot about who she was, so he didn't know why he was terrified to fight back.
Mm-hmm.
But now that he knows, well, that was an odd spectacle. I'm afraid we're here for Polaris, Superman. Black Adam, I don't know what you're up to, but the choice is simple, Superman. Fight us or stop the badly damaged bridge from collapsing with all of your countrymen still on it.
He's about to change the hierarchy of power.
Take him to the Society's headquarters, Zoom. Go. But what about you? She is dead, right? I mean, she's really dead, isn't she? Do you think she's really dead? What a race he must have and come from that built and such hearts. I'm assuming your heat vision is still operational. You came back. Hurry, we have more work to do. I don't see it, Tess Adam. Why would a man like you ally yourself with someone like Polaris? He's a man that believes in nothing. It's true, but I have my reasons. This isn't over, Adam. Do you plan to arrest me, Superman, the monarch of Kondak? On what grounds? Saving lives? Seems rather unlikely. The confrontation is coming, Superman, between your community and those you seek to control. I suspect you and I will meet again on that day. And of course, Jimmy forgot to take photos!
Oh my gosh, yes.
Nice, Mr. Kent. But what do you think about this, about Black Adam helping?
Yeah, I was about to say, that is cool.
This is pure Jeff Johns era Black Adam.
Yeah, because at that point, wasn't he trying to be like more of a anti-hero instead of a straight up bad guy?
Yep, and the main reason why he's working with the villains is because of what the heroes had done to them.
Oh, you mean like World
Identity
War
Crisis.
Yeah.
No. This is before World War III.
Oh, okay.
Remember, 52 happened after Infinite Crisis.
Oh, yeah.
This is before that. That's high praise coming from you. Rough day? A little. You? I've had better. Take a walk with me. Okay, so maybe it was a bit of an ambush, but the guy was stealing from kids, Clark. If I hadn't made the story as sexy as possible, he'd be more likely to get away with it. Yeah, not saying I'm proud of it. You told the truth, Lois. He'll have his chance to defend himself. At least one of us got their man today. And it was his smile that got to me, using those poor kids as a photo op while taking the money he meant for them. Clark, are you sure your new book is about Africa, not Metropolis? Both, maybe, but it's my home now, and there'll always be another threat, another Dr. Polaris. Okay, that's another thing. Why didn't you just take him out when you first had the chance? Why try to reason with an obvious madman? You'll laugh. You know I won't. He's a sick man, Lois. And I know better than most that it's hard enough maintaining even one identity some days. I felt confident I could protect the civilians until he threw me with that EMP move. Maybe I was too cocky. It could have ended badly, but I wanted to give him a chance at least. You care about the right things, Clark. I love that. Guess we should get back. You're never going to be Batman, are you? No, I'll never be Batman. Nice, Mr. Kent. Very nice. Now, next issue would be the sacrifice stuff, but we're going to skip that.
Yeah, because
I already did that.
Yeah.
I already did that with Triss. But how was that arc?
I liked that. That was cool. I liked the reveal of the multiple personality being the dude's abusive aunt. That was really clever.
Well, at least this particular personality.
Well, yeah, but I was like, I like the way she teed that up and paid it off.
Exactly. Now, I should point out there's going to be one part there's going to be tying in the Verheiden's run very hard, and it gets set up in Verheiden's run. But since I'm doing this one first, we'll be getting to that one later. So Something that will be done here is something that got started there.
Okay.
Oh, but look who that is!
Oh boy, my least favorite Wonder Woman villain,
Dr. Psycho. But Yep was like, I'm so sorry, sir. It's so embarrassing, mister. It's Doctor, actually. Dr. Nietzsche. You can call me Fred. He's not normally so impolite, Doctor. You all really must think I'm an awful mother. No, he's just curious. I'll be honest, most kids, they won't look me in the eye. It's refreshing. Well, then I'm glad then. Very nice to meet you, Doctor. I'm Tony Sparlini. I'm from Tulsa, and this big boy is Brendan. We're going to be visiting his granny while his daddy's unit is on active duty. Say hello, Brandon. Just call me Pred, please, Toady. I wonder. I found both of you delightful. May I? Would the two of you allow me to buy you breakfast in Metropolis when we land? Why, that's very kind of you, Doctor.
Oh, no.
See, Brendan, this is why you shouldn't stare. This man is a perfect gentleman, perfectly normal. Normal? No different from anyone else, okay, sweetie? It's what inside that count. Normal? Did you just say normal about me? How dare you? Oh, yes, he's a fine young man. Wonder how he'll die. What did you say? There's highway deaths, of course. Number one killer of young men 5 to 12. Drugs, you have considered drugs. The suburbs won't protect you. Oh, boy! All because she called him normal. Why? Because he doesn't see himself as normal. So under normal circumstances, what she said is the right thing to say, but not with him.
I see.
I liked how he was actually acting nice at first.
Yeah.
But that's what took of it, of course. Oh, boy, you're going to help me with a little experiment. All I ask is for you to keep an open mind. Oh, dear. Welcome to Metropolis. Welcome. Damn, forgot to register for my frequent flyer miles. Oh, dear. I'm considering it's a good heft to it, certainly. And don't worry, I think business will soon be picking up smartly. Oh, geez. He's controlling everyone.
Oh, no. I love how they have a Superman hairpiece, apparently.
Yep, and that's what he was wearing.
That is odd.
But it makes sense. But then, well, I've had better weeks. The book of what it's, I don't know. Every day I write the book. The book of what it's like to be married to him. St. Clark, how much do you remember? I remember the rage, the kindness, the strength, the sense of decency that radiates from him so intensely it's almost visible. I don't know how to explain it, Lois. A part of me knew I was losing control. And the scary part is that part of me enjoyed it. Clark? Uh-oh, he's floating in bed! Not good! I want the world to know what only I know about him. How he looks when he's sleeping, how he loves blueberry pancakes, but only if the berries are fresh, not frozen. And sometimes how in my heart of hearts, how even I still find new mysteries in him. Oh boy, he's still torn up after what happened in Sacrifice. Of course, if it ever happened again, promise me you'll call the JLA. Get somebody someplace safe. Don't try and handle it alone. Promise me. Like I promise. And because it's with Superman, and life with Superman isn't all blueberries and light suppers on the moon. Sometimes it's alien invasions and mad scientists and kryptonite poisoning. Sometimes it's having honest-to-gosh demons and wizards on your enemy list. Yet the only thing that really scares him, the only thing that ever slows him down, is the thought of the people he loves getting hurt. And that's the kind of heroism people should know about. Again, she knows Lois. People should understand his example. I love what he do. It's just like, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, just change costume.
In the very next panel. The super speed kisses goodbye, the snap of his cape as he takes the air. People should know. And every day I write the book. Be a bestseller. Never leave the charts, probably. But to be honest, and more than a little selfish, I share my beautiful husband with the world enough. And these things, these small things I cherish, and these huge fears I endure, these I'm keeping for myself for a while. So every day I write the book, and every night I tear it up again. Hello? Why are you still at home, Lane? I need you to cover something you're not going to like. Aren't you going to ask me to open the vault, mister? Well, now, I guess I should ask you to do that, sure. Sure. So it's Girder.
Oh, that's who that is.
But what would I actually... I think that's who that is. No, Sharpnel. That's Sharpnel.
Oh, okay.
Not Girder, Sharpnell. They're both similar.
They're both the same thing, practically.
Yep, but basically, raise your hand if you think Miss Priss and I have a real love connection going. That's what I figured. All right. Buddy first, then we foxtrot till dawn, lady. And don't bother me with the time lock malarkey. I know you got the override code. Hey, be honest. You think a classy dame like you and a lawnmower ain't gone wrong like me? I think low self-esteem is causing you to act out in destructive ways, Sharpnell. You're used to the Doom Patrol, so I'll make the same offer I make everyone the first time they leave a mess in my city. The offer is surrender, and the expiration date is now. Oh dear, it's threatening her. Hey, why so quiet? What are you doing? Trying to calculate your approximate melting point, actually. Around 195, 1950, 100 degrees Celsius, I'd say. Ah! Give or take a bit. I'll pay for that. Your city will pay. Run. Run. I'm like, no, anything, and things are going swimmingly. Why do you ask? Things are well in Metropolis, I trust. You imbecile! I specifically told you not to put yourself in his proximity. You were to observe Superman's current erratic behavior only. We went to great lengths.
I will say that top right panel, the explosion,
yeah,
that is gorgeous.
It is. Lucifer, frankly, if I wanted to lose to Superman, then yes, you'd be my go-to guy. Psycho, you are there to be a distraction only, not to engage, Super. You know what the most fun part of art class was for me as a child? Seeing my parents cry when they saw what I had drawn. The deep red scenarios, babysitters, neighbors, children, tormented, screaming endlessly. What fun is having a creative soul if you can't make innocent people weep? Goodbye, Lex. Sigh, click. Excuse me, kind sir. I wonder if you'd be so and do a little brother a solid. Going up and interrupting to ask for an autograph. Basically, controlling him to do everyone to get in their way when they should be running.
I see.
Of course, so he sends Black Adam to go deal with it and saying, don't underestimate him. I love you, Superman. Fly with me. Uh-oh. I can see you're busy, Blue. So let's do this again sometime real soon. Ta. Uh-oh. Everyone's about to jump now. Told you, I don't remember nothing. They just came up and started and basically explained about what happened with Psycho earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But when you mentioned that there was a little person, a dwarf, they realized it's Psycho. And then Adam shows up there and uh-oh. No, Lois, no one's seen Dr. Psycho in months. We've lost track of him completely. And thus she's a little bit jumped around. You know, like she's a bit behind on what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Madam First Lady, please don't call me that anymore, Lois. Lana, then. Clark needs your help. Oh, dear. And now he's trying to use magnets on them. Kind of ironic.
Yeah.
And uh-oh. So, yeah, he's still like, what I don't understand is if you really wanted to defy the society and bring down Superman, why not simply control his mind and take off those ridiculous glasses? Professional courtesy. And these glasses make me look good. What do you mean professional courtesy? Someone's been in his mind already, and just recently, too. Look, I'm sorry, but these beloved types, they make me wretched till last week's lunch comes up. I may never get to spit in an ordained saint's face, but today's was close. The true Psycho, you're not fit to touch the man's cape. The sky seems clear to me, and it's clear. Let's go. Oh my God, you're just like the rabble I played with today. If you love Superman so much, why aren't you mad? Psycho, Black Adam, did you really think I know who flies over my city at all times? I know you two were behind sharp nose and attack today. You endanger civilians, and I'm afraid you've worn out your welcome. Oh dear.
Sweet, now, I'm loving this.
Now this is the point where during Bear Heiden's issue, Bizarro and Reverse Flash or Zoom are having a race.
Okay, I see.
So, and that got started over there and continued over here.
Okay, is that what you were talking about earlier?
Yes.
Okay, thanks for explaining
It starts right there, like ready, set, and basically it's a race to see if Bizarro will join the society.
So that's Bizarro's thing. If you race me, I'll join.
But wait till you see the end.
Okay.
But yeah, everyone's all wrapped up and they're so happy. Of course, Superman's having to do that. Last warning, Adam. Surrender. Now. Something's happened here. The superpower criminals are becoming bolder. Almost as if Lucifer's absence has made them stronger, somehow. More organized. On the farm, sometimes the corn will become infected with a fungus called Cephalus zymatus, or green leaf spot. When that happens, there's only one solution. Rip it out by the root. Lately, it's been one threat after another. Not in space, not on the moon, but here in my home. Ah, these. And unfortunately, Psycho is going to cause them to get them a bit angrier until I said, stand down, Kryptonian. Oh boy, this leads to a big fight between the two.
Yeah, it could really go either way because Adam's a little brute force, but he also has the magic advantage over Superman.
Yep, but meanwhile, we have that race just going on. Reminding us how fast Bizarro can be.
Because Bizarro basically has the powers of Superman, only
We never
kind
see
of
him be
like
fast. We never see him be fast, though.
That's true. That's a good point.
They always just focus on just his, the basic stuff. Although you would say, to be fair, wouldn't the opposite be he'd be very slow?
Yeah, I know, right? That is interesting.
I mean, I bet you nowadays they would have the slow force.
The still force, yeah.
Still force. But yeah, just these two are like, I don't know about yes, perfect. At first, unaware that Dr. Polaris had some country creating eBay and are talking all I have to say, I'm feeling pretty overwhelmed taking over Mr. Kent's beat and all, but working with you, because this is where, in Austin's Wrong, we found out he was given Clark's spot. Jimmy was.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Let's just play. I appreciate it, Mr. Schumann, a lot. It's you who are helping me, Jimmy. I barely know this town. Something on your mind? Well, yes, actually. When Superman was fighting that crazy, we chased him. I understand that. We're journalists in Metropolis. I get that. But Jimmy, you faced that creature with nothing but a baseball bat. You hit it in the head. I stress again, you hit it in the head. So I have to know, son, are you going to stay that careless? Are you going to get my partner killed? Is that all you're worried about? Heck, I've been in a lot more dangerous situations. Ton, even hurt a few times. Ruin put me in the hospital just a few weeks ago. But this is my job. And this is my guy's pal. But you risk your life, Jimmy. He'd do it for me. But enough chit-chat, gentlemen. Superman's downtown right now going 10 rounds with the leader of a sovereign nation. If I'm not mistaken, last news. Give me a front page and page. Beautiful. But we're still finishing up the follow-up on the Polaris piece. Go, boy! Okay, I do like how he basically got an outsider trying to react to Jimmy.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Meanwhile, then, we need to know everything the government knows about Psycho and Adam. CIA, checkmate, State Department. Mrs. First Lady, surely there's something strings you haven't yet pulled. Please don't call me that, Lois. If it was ever true, and it isn't anymore, why come to me for this information? Why not the JLA? 2 reasons, Lana. First, the last time Clark was attacked by mind control, the entire JLA tried to put him in quarantine. I won't have that again. And second, I know you still love him, and you never let any harm come to him if you could help it. Lois, this is General Berman speaking. What can I do for you? I'm surprised at all at you, General. Is that how you Pentagon addressed the former First Lady? What? No, ma'am. I mean, pardon me. Sorry. Get off me. But yeah, they fight and dealing with Sharpnel, of course. He told me about your test, Adam. How am I doing so far? I know no one by the name of Sharpnel. Uh-oh.
Oh, there you go. Is Shrapnel some kind of cyborg-like character, or is he a robot?
I think he's just sentient junk.
Oh, so he's a robot.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But look what he does. He freezes berries and then eats them. So he likes frozen berries.
Okay. Okay.
What did Lois say earlier?
Yeah. He likes it fresh, not frozen. He likes
I love that.
That is such a great detail.
I love that. That is great. Because if you didn't read that last issue, it goes right over your head.
Yeah, I'm like, why the hell is he eating berries? Now it makes sense. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Again, Gail would so do that.
Yeah, she would.
I don't believe it. Why would the government keep this information from the American people? From the JLA? Believe it, Lois. My sources wouldn't go on record, but he wouldn't lie either. I have to warn Superman. He has to know what he could be up against. Yes, and Lois, be careful. She what? I told you to take care of Lane. Was planning on it, Congressman, until she went straight to the apartment of the former First Lady of the United States. Do I continue to follow her? What? Was the Secret Service at her side? Fall back, Mike. She must have told Lana Lang Ross what she knows about me. You don't know that. A warning won't be enough, Mike. Lois Lane has got to disappear. For good. Uh-oh, misunderstanding.
Oh, boy.
And that one woman, the one with the mother, she's still under Psycho's control. You know what? You want? I know what you want. You want to be his biggest fan, but I'm his biggest fan. I'll scratch your eyes out, pretender. Enough. Enough. All right, we both know it's coming. They keep on like, now, Adam, we end this. Agreed, Superman. But then look what he does. He turns around.
Oh, I love that.
That was a punch that would have split a mountain in half, Adam. You took quite a risk just now. No, I knew you wouldn't hit a man in the back. It was a risk born of faith.
Oh, nice.
Excuse me. I hate to bust up the impending arrest party, but I'm afraid there are a few dozen loose ends. Like the super skink over there. Now, I'm not saying I'm the one who ruined her life and her teeny little Midwest brain, but if I were to guarantee you, not even Big Green could set her straight. A fix for my freedom. What do you say? Superman, I regret what has come to pass here, but I give you the word of Tess Adam, he will never do this again. He will be punished. Lay off, Blackie. The big man knows already. He's got no choice, unless he wants to spend the rest of his life stopping all these idiots from jumping off buildings. He's right. Curse him. And just like that, I let one lunatic into the custody of another. Not the optimal situation, because it makes me responsible. A friend did some research, Adam. I have the evidence right here. The government knows you're forming a group of meta-human criminals, and now so do I. You're both on my radar screen now, and I'll be watching. Perhaps you should have been this vigilant with your mind-wiping jail-like comrade, Superman. And remember, we'll be watching you and watching you back. Pretend I'm interviewing you. Am I good or what? I go to Lana looking for a government bio and psycho, and up with a full-blown supervillain and super criminal conspiracy. Don't follow that trail of breadcrumbs, Lois. This looks like it might be deeply bad news. We'll see. But allies or no, Dr. Psycho will pay for this. And I'm going to enjoy it. That's a promise.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they head on out there. You'll harm no more innocents while I'm watching you, demon. We'll see, Adam. And get this. He loses, but because he loses, he agrees.
No, what? Oh, yeah, I see. That's interesting.
Yep, he lost, and because he lost, he agrees.
Oh yeah, because the opposite day thing.
Yep. I love it also. Bizarre versus Reverse Flash, just like Superman versus Flash.
Yeah, I love that.
Now, this next issue is Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning writing this. This ties into Day of Vengeance.
Oh, okay.
But, wait. Let me double check one thing quickly. Just gotta make sure one thing.
Yeah, sure.
Yep, this is the right next chapter. Now, this one actually wraps up a long-standing loose end in Superman history.
Which is?
Satanus.
That name should be familiar. I'm not
right here. This guy, right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has been on Colin Thornton.
Mm-hmm.
From the Daily not the Daily Star, but one of the other newspapers. He's the one who hired Clark way back during the Eradicator story. He was the one who was asking Jimmy for a photo as they made a tribute magazine.
Okay.
This wraps that up finally, because he has been a long-standing, noble threat.
Okay.
But right now it's Halloween.
Oh, there you go.
And pull over, Willis. Get those kids indoors. Hurry! I don't think these things can hurt you, but get inside. Let's roll. And Aruba. I don't know. Nepal? What? I'm just making a list of the places I'd rather be right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Willis, where's your journalistic pep? This is fantastic. Oh, dear ass. The
Spectre.
And this is the stern Day of Vengeance. So he has no host, and he's destroying magic. And look, Aparo. As in Jim Aparo.
Oh, okay. I like that.
But yeah, he's dealing with him, and I could just summarize this. Colin Thornton is ready to keep on protecting himself, and he wants to make a deal with Superman. And so he's going to use all of his magic to try and deal with the Spectre. Meanwhile, undead are showing up. And yeah, this is where he shows up and reveals he's been Satanus this whole time. Now they have Superman B. Unfortunately, it's because they're having to speed through this. Superman's reaction is not that like, oh my god, this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They never when this should have been given how long.
Yeah.
Basically, he's enslaved a bunch of souls, and Superman's ready to make a deal. Take my soul in exchange for theirs. Unfortunately, you know what happens with a soul given willingly? You see all of these demon creatures haunting her, and ready to grab Lois because their car crashed.
Mm-hmm.
And now, by this point, Sam Lane was believed dead.
Mm-hmm.
And there he is, helping her.
Mm-hmm.
Get back off of you. Leave her alone. Superman, no kiddo, it's me, Daddy. So yeah, you have all about this soul of yours, Daddy. How can you be here? I've been watching you, kiddo, just making sure you're okay. And tonight, you're not okay. Tonight, because it's Halloween, that's why. Strange stuff going on tonight. And you know, he doesn't give her any straight answers.
Mm-mm.
Which means it could still fit in with what Jeff John revealed about him still being alive.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, basically he's like saying like the army's a tough gig, kiddo. Tough is right. It made you tough. You were hurt and hard to love. For a little girl, you were hard to even like. But I think army life was an excuse too. You didn't know what to do with us. Lucy and me, two little girls, when all you ever wanted was a son. Hey now, he didn't want to say that goes against Bendis revealing he had a son.
Okay, explain.
Okay, Bendis revealed that Lane had a son. But remember that, and he had him before he had Lois and Lana. Why the hell then would he raise them? Because he never, like sons he never had.
Yeah, well, there's a lot about...
But explain that. Explain, how does that make sense?
It doesn't. There's a lot in that Superman run that makes absolutely no sense.
But that's one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, it's that. And see, my other problem with that run, beyond the fact that it's horrible, is the fact that after the identity reveal, it would have been cool if he did like an arc where like every supervillain is like, attack Lois Lane in the Daily Planet, then we can hurt Superman.
Just he kind of went for that, when it was that John Romita Jr. arc.
But he didn't really commit to it. I'm just like, do it.
Right. But yeah, basically he's just trying to get her to stay alive. That's why he's talking to her, so she doesn't pass out. Oh, my love is like, all my life I could never do a thing to please you. You even disapproved of the man I married. You never could stand Clark. Just a minute, young lady. I only wanted a man. I wanted someone who could protect my little girl. And what about the person you married? Now you leave your mother out of this. Sure, why not? You always did. But then when he made the deal, turns out the charms will no longer work. Why? Because he gave up his soul selflessly. And he can't take that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, Superman thinks he'll persuade the Spectre. Nope, he ignores Superman and kills Satanus.
Of course.
Yep, and now Superman's like, nice going, Supes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we just have like, I don't know how Mom coped. You were just as hard on her. She was always trying to find some connection to you. When she couldn't, I know she found it somewhere else. That was a secret I learned a long time ago. My first investigative scoop. I sometimes wondered if I should tell you. You're telling me now. Oh, like that matters. You're long past caring. No, kiddo. In fact, I care. Fact is, I knew. Ella cheated on me. Lord knows I can't blame her. Miss Lane, Lois, it's Willis. It's on. Help's here, kiddo. I have to go. No, it's nearly done, Lois. That's the rules. No, Daddy. But here's the thing, though. Yeah, Lois shows up to help. They get out of there, but then he's still there even when dawn comes.
Interesting.
Which again throws that up there like, huh?
Like, is he still there? Is he like actually there?
Yep. But yeah, and then oh boy. So someone's actually trying to when Lois is interviewing them, tries to just throw one at her. I know there's a lot of Lois in this.
Mm-hmm. There is.
It's Gail, of course. Of course she's gonna write a lot of Lois. And can you blame her? You know one thing about Gail, you know one thing I always liked about Gail? Did you know
What?
that she hated Lois in the 70s, saying they went too far the other way, trying to make her friendly for women's lib, and then she got reached the point where it's like, even she was like, why the hell would Superman care about her? That's how much of a bitch. Even so, when Gail calls out how they treated her back in the 70s, you know they done fucked up.
Yes, and that's my thing. It's like,
but that was the pre-crisis in the 70s.
Yeah, and that's my thing. It's like, yeah, I get that. Like, it depends on the writer. I just don't like the way most people have done Lois.
Well, most, and yeah, look at a lot of the ones I've been showing you.
Yeah, there's some good dialogue there.
But I'm showing you a lot of well-handled Lois from post-crisis, and I'm showing you quite a number of them, and I can still show you a whole bunch going back. There might be some writers who have mishandled her, but there's been a lot more who have nailed her.
True, to a degree. And I will say, as much as I hate Lois, I like the movie Lois is more.
Fair enough. I could argue on some of them.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so it's hot for November, and one time I decided to wear open-toed flats. Oh, but as he dumps chum on them. I know your crews have mistreated and abused these people. You tell me who set up and set you up with this arrangement, and they may try to keep you out of the frying pan. If not, well, let's just say it won't be catch and release, shall we? You have a nice day, Nick. Uh-oh, the big guy. Miss Lay, you've already convicted the man in the planet. Don't you owe him at least one short face-to-face off the record? He means you no harm. All right, Mike, let's pretend I trust you. Let's see what your boss has to say. Meanwhile, underwater, uh-oh. My God. Terry, what is it? I just saw a mermaid. Yeah, we're going to bring in the Queen of Fables.
Okay.
You know of her?
Oh, yes. I remember the character.
Yep, that was a Gale creation.
Really? You know,
I'm pretty
for a
sure.
second there, when they said mermaid, I was like, oh boy, is she bringing in Lori?
Nope.
Unfortunately.
Opportunity. Yeah, Gail Simone and Brian Hitch created her.
Okay, that's cool.
Yep. She's based off of the Evil Queen, of course.
Of course, yes.
Yep, and it's the living embodiment of all evil in folklore.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there she is.
Oh, that's cool. I like that design.
I know. That's because she turned into one of the monsters.
Mm-hmm.
The man's flying over to try and help, and then, Terry, unless I'm having delusions, I think we're safe. Superman, can you hear us? Hull integrity breach. Prepare. I understand, Superman. Yeah, he's doing it on the glass.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So mix it up, and he came back for me. I know he did. And all it took was a few sunken vessels. Oh, dear, she's in love.
Oh, God. She's a super stalker.
Basically, she thinks that's her own Prince Charming.
Okay, I see.
Yep. In fact, just double checking. Yeah, because that's basically she fell for him during their JLA story. And it's a tiresome affair, but I'm remembering a more presentable skin for the chores I have ahead of me. Obviously, I think we're only going to get through this time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. What the hell? Get back, for the love of... I am, above all, a romantic, and with beauty, there's always discomfort. Good, Captain. I wonder if I might trouble you for the destination of the handsome young man. Well, I got to double-check one thing quickly. Oh... This person we're hearing on the radio, one of which is someone we'll be seeing very well in an upcoming issue.
Okay.
Kind of talking smack about him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez, he turned someone into a Pinocchio.
Oh, boy.
I believe you're lying. Metropolis, he's Metropolis. Thank you. Metropolis, I thank you, and shall you be repaid. Flame or sea, it is the duty of the sailor to be engulfed. So then... I'm a bit surprised to see you here, Jimmy. Heck, it was easy. I did some checking, and Metropolis has the best medical decompression facility in the entire continent. Of course they do. But of course, then, Schumann is actually so happy to finally meet him. I think a man who saved the world can call me Joseph. I'm glad those oceanographers you saved are going to be okay, Superman. Jim, you could maybe go get a few quotes from the doctors nursing our bylines. back to house. Couple of photos won't hurt either. Good idea. You guys mingle back in some flashes if the lighting's good. And Superman, I have a favor to ask if you don't mind. Of course, if I can, Joseph. See what it is. But the thing is, I'd like to invite you to my house for dinner. Chabot's and dinner at my house. Well, Mr. Schumann, I don't usually Joseph, it's just dinner, Superman. Please, it's important. Besides, my wife's the best cook in the state. I'm sure she is. Uh-oh, there you are. You weary prince. You've earned your slumber. He is lovely to behold. Uh-oh! Now he's hallucinating everything.
I will say, I like how the S is his shield, like with Super Soldier from Amalgam.
Yep. I can taste my coming revenge like the blood of a newborn. They're not only time displays, they're all frozen solid. If I hadn't said it recently, it's especially true after just running into Spectre and Satanus. I can't stress enough, I really hate magic. My X-ray vision isn't working and my movements are so slow. Typical. All right, you're powerful and you're using magic against me. So why not save some time and tell me who you really are? Oh, charming. Oh, my lovely prince. The man I've chosen to share my throne. Do you not know? You call me the Queen of Fables. You may attempt to court me now. What of you?
Yeah, there you go. This is comics for you.
I remembered you attacked Wonder Woman and the rest of the Justice League. How flattering. I'm willing to forgive you for imprisoning me in exchange for certain. What have you done to these people? For your own safety, Prince, do not interrupt me again. As for the villagers, why, I bade them rest for a century. Unless, of course, there would be a wedding, then we would of course need guests. Your Highness, please, Prince, you may call me by my given name on this planet on Earth, Chorishta. I know you're presently committed to her, Snow White. And do you know? I wonder what she really did to me. So many turnings of the seasons ago. Her guards beat me with clubs. They stripped me of my royal title and raiment. She spat at me as I screamed. Wait, that's supposed to be Wonder Woman? That's supposed to be Wonder Woman!
Wait, what?
Look!
Wow!
See?
Okay.
Well, this is in her fantasy.
Okay.
Or the case where Wonder Woman is filling in for Snow White.
Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, she plays Iron Shoes.
She is the fairest of them all.
From the fire. One played by Gal Gadot in the upcoming movie.
Yeah. Well,
The villagers laughed as I was forced to step into them. I could smell the sizzling fat of my own flesh as they forced me to dance until my physical body died. She took everything from me. It's as if she cuts the wire between fiction and reality, listening to her tell her story. So perhaps you'll understand if I carry a bit of a stone in my heart for your wife. Your soon-to-be former wife, of course. It's impossible to deny the truth of her words. Somewhere, when she really was the villain in all the fables and fairy tales ever hold. To Sarsha, Queen, I am not married to the person you believe is Snow White, and I can't marry you. I see. Perhaps if I increase the dowry... Superman, help! What have you done? Oh, I've sent a troll to devour your squire, and I've awakened him so that he might fully enjoy the experience. And our first lover's quarrel. How sweet. Oh, geez.
Here we go.
Uh-oh! A straw pig. Yes, Your Highness. Go see that my mate is well tended. Yes, Your Highness. Superman, would you do me a favor and pound this ugly cleat before he eats me? Oh, dear. Don't have anywhere near my full strength, but this creature isn't breathing and has no pulse. It's not really alive, and that means all bets are off. He's not afraid of me. Why is he not afraid of me? Hello, peasant meat. This is where you comment on what big teeth you have. Wait till you hear my response to the statement. Much as I hate to admit it, I don't think I want to be killed by a creature so stupid it was previously defeated by a billy goat. Its intelligence is almost nil. Maybe I can confuse it. Ah! Get away from me! Good action, though.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
I've been a fool. Of course he's not afraid of me. Not as I am. Enough. You are worthy, but make no mistake, Prince. Snow White took everything I love, and I shall make you mine in return.
You notice Superman is doing a great impression of Captain America in that top panel.
Yep. I'll fight you. Yes, and you'll lose. And all your friends will die deaths worthy of a legend. But for now, I give you your city. You cannot fight the stories, Prince. They were written centuries ago. I'll be back for you very soon, my love. Let none you have a care for stand in our way, for mercy is not a virtue of mine. Uh-oh! Okay, that was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen, and I was Turtle Boy once. I don't know if there's even a theoretical limit to her power, Jimmy. She's quite possibly the source of all bad magic. And with the magic wars taking place currently, I'm at a bit of a loss how to fight back here. Come on, she's warm for your form is all. And you'll find a way. You always have. Yes, so far. And then, they're ready to shoot her. Obviously, and she gets out of there. I do like that she fights her way out, but then, Willis. Turns out he's obsessed with her.
Oh boy.
Yep. He is an obsessed fan.
They kind of hint that when they first meet.
Yeah, but then he seemed to play it down, but now they're bringing it back up. Once upon a time on Krypton. Oh, look at this.
This is so cool. I love this.
But Arala, the Praetor's daughter, knew that she could not hide from the Source's cruel and chandelier demons forever. So she made a scare Nightwing, an effigy of herself from the clothing of the young girls who had not survived the Source's jealousy. And the warriors were drawn to it, drawn away from the safety of the darkness of the glass forest. So it basically explains all of this, and then, that's correct, Lila. Clever one. And now slumber for you. Mother, was Arala real? The tales you tell, are they true? Of course not, Lila. They are simply elsewhere and elsewhere. But though they may not be true exactly, there is great wisdom in stories.
So you're telling me they're else worlds?
Well, yep. But yeah, this is way back in the House of El, but way long ago. So would you mind telling me your story, Dr. Cooper? No, I said I was a Cooper. My name is Dr. Lawrence. I'm certain this will go down as some sort of line of sight hysteria, but the entire way of the hospital experience. Experience what, Doctor? Time travel, Mr. Kent. But we need to talk about it. He didn't still remember what happened earlier.
Okay.
Apparently, it wasn't an isolated illusion. She brought half the hospital into her twisted fairy tale world. Oh dear. I see you, Prince. Come to me, darling. Be mine for the ages.
Oh boy.
And she takes on a different form. Yep. Knock, knock, Mr. White. What the devil? Look, lady, I don't know who you are, but I'm very busy right now, and I... Tut, Perry. Let us not be impolite. Although I confess, you do have a certain vernacular charm. I'm here on business. I wish to buy your entire concern and proprietaries in properties, goods, and serfs alike. Uh-oh!
That's not going to turn out well.
Yep, things have been strained between Perry and me lately. Awkward enough that he effectively demoted me to the planet's crime beat, typically where news reporters earn their stripes or old warehouses are part of the pasture. With this hospital story, one and I was an eyewitness to, in fact, I have a chance to rebuild it in at least a bit, I hope. Unfortunately, then walks in there and... Oh, beloved, I'm afraid he's indisposed. And shut the door, and Charming, unless you want your long-time deceptions to fail. You! How do you know, my sweet innocent prince? I know all legends, and you've made yourself the very stuff of legend, have you not? Yes, you have, and you have. That makes you my dross. We, the Justice League, we trapped you. Yes, quite ingenious, I must pronounce, in the books of tax law. But you forgot human nature, Charming. No one is more adept at spinning romantic fantasia than a man with debt and no way to pay it. Once I realized the ways I had, my choice of millions of ports to exit through. Oh!
Oh yeah, with people in tax debt. That's actually pretty clever.
Yep. And the thanks to shambling things in the void that your countrymen are liars. Before you attempt your magic on me, Charming, I want you to comprehend that I'm only here to help you. For reasons only you understand, you've chosen this lowly profession. But I have a generous heart and a kind spirit, each ensured your future prospect. I bought this business for you. Show the payment, Mr. White. Now you will rule this petty machination as befitting a prince and my betrothed. Of course, we'll have to do something about your drab manner of dress, something that fires the hunches, I think. Queen, call me by my hidden name, Prince Tashrista. Let's make something very clear here. Do not reject me, charming. I can make you happy. I can force love and contentedness down your throat like maggots in cake. The evil ones that curdled men you imprison, I would freeze them to ice with a thought. I could have whales chew their bones in their beds for your pleasure. You're wrong about me. I'm not married to Wonder Woman, the one you call Snow White. So you have said. Do you know your penance? Do you know perchance where your real misbegotten, hag-headed commoner of a houndswoman wife is then, Prince? Because I do. What have you done? Where is she? She's being guarded by a new huntsman, fair and true. A young man with a flaw in his mettle, one I'd rather cheerfully exploited. So she basically pushed him over the edge.
Ah, okay, I see.
So that's why I went from that one to obsession.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps you may wisely listen to my demand, because I believe he has his eyes on her, and I'm not entirely sure he isn't utterly bereft of sanity. I know you're scared, Miss Lane, but you don't need to be. I shot those terrible men. You're safe. It was me. Willis, you're safe. I'm sorry about the gag. I need you to be quiet. I didn't like hitting you. I never wanted to hit you. Anyway, here. We can talk. No one ever comes here. Look, I know it seems like I'm just a stalker, but it's not about that. It's about respect and love and Willis, you have no concept what you're doing. Clark will find me, Willis. He's the best reporter I know. He'll find me, and this won't end well for you. Miss Lane, Lois, there's something I've been wanting to ask you since I first saw your picture. Will you go to the prom with me? You'll never find her. The poor town's fool who's absconded with her or doesn't even know I'm helping to hide her. You have a choice, Prince. Live with me, mingle your magic with mine, slack your thirst against my throat. Taste my fruit, charming. Come to my realm, to my place of power. Who knows? You may be the one to vanquish more than my heart. You may win your freedom. Bite the apple. Bite the apple, you poxy and weakling, or hear the dying squeals of your sow for always. What choice do I have? As you wish, my queen. Just like that, I'm on Krypton. As he's leading to a big fight.
That armor's really cool.
It is. But yeah, focus on what's in front of me, and then the striped wizard and river. I know you're here. Oh, ye knows ye yarns, boyo. Ye kin that wears and be striped. Oh, another demon. Okay. Uh-oh, and there's Lois. Lois. I see you remembered the loophole, Prince. My desire was for another's welfare, so I had only to free my own spirit. I must say, I'm delighted one of your species survived. The forgotten fables of dead worlds are right. So he was on the fables of other worlds.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. On dead worlds are rather a sore subject for me. To the tower then, before your heart's desire dies by the blade. And then basically she's testing him.
Okay.
And it goes out like a simple act of removing the things sealed their doom. Uh-oh! More of those creatures.
Sweet.
And sure enough, he does what the old fairy tale had talked about, the effigy.
Mm-hmm.
And stops them. You defeated my beast of memory. Fortunately, they were never truly alive, Queen. I have your shawl. I find I am no longer cold, Prince. Love doesn't come from possession. How could a slave ever truly make you happy? And I am already pledged. I ask that you respect my wishes in this, and that you send me back to help my chosen one. I am no prince. I am just a man in love. Away with you then, and make haste. I can no longer stand the sight of you. But I warn you, true love or no, you may well be too late. Isn't it a dream? I won't tell you what it cost. Well, all right, it was almost $40. Can you imagine? $40! Or for you, Lois. That's how much love I have for you. Well, listen to me. I know you don't want to hurt me. You're just confused. You saw me on TV and you saw it. Well, you saw a fantasy, that's all. untie me, and by tomorrow you'll be with people who will help. It can help you, I promise. Oh, Lois, don't you get it? After tonight, there is no tomorrow for either of us. You put on the dress now, please. Oh, and we see a little bit of just her in the past, just talking with that young child.
Mm-hmm.
About the fairy tales.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. One. Basically, this person, she's aware that things are getting sterile and cold, and will always be for their people. So she's always feeling like one day we will find, re-spark their creativity again.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the last issue. And look who's finally introduced to the comics.
Ah, okay.
Lady, I don't know what your problem is, but I'm sick and tired of hearing you run down Superman every night. So why don't you just take your nasty little comments and stick them down? Whoa, Collar! Welcome to a little thing I like to call the 7-second delay moron disposal button. Honk! Ever since I was a little girl, ever since I can remember, I knew two things for certain. That I had a special talent. Hang on 1 second, Collar, while I file your complaint. Whoosh! Anyways, loyal listeners, do you see the kind of doofbag cape lickers I have to put up with just to bring you unwashed masses the truth? I ask you. And the boys weren't ever going to let me play on a level field. Guys, citizens, geeks, Morrison stiffs, when are you going to learn? The big Santa Superman doesn't care about you. All he cares about is headlines and daily planet bimbets. Hold that thought for a station break. You're live with Leslie on the wire of WRKN. Don't you feel privileged? Got a personal call on hold for you, Les. Take my old bro, for example. I love him dearly, but, well, let's just be honest about it. Guy's got girl issues. What? No, I said no. You made this mess. You leave me out of this. It's for sure, and it's for sure he wasn't going to be any help despite being a well-known photographer. So I made my own damn golden rainbow. Youngest talk show host in Metropolis ever. And not the kiddie news like that Bats and Twerp in Fawcett City. #1 among the key purchasing demos in my slot and market. #1. I don't care what you do about her. You hear me? Just don't call me again till it's, I gotta go. I'm back on in 30 seconds. No, senorita, you are not. It's all I ever wanted. All I ever cared about this job. Being somebody. I'm changing the format, Leslie, to an all-country mix. You're fired. I'm not altogether pleased to say. What? And I always freaking knew some guy was going to take it away from me. Country? Miguel, you're kidding me. Do you know what my overnights were this weekend? And that's Mr. Sendoza to you, Leslie. And your talents aren't wanted here anymore. But why? Because last week, Superman saved my beloved wife's life, Leslie. He could have been killed protecting her. And I'm not letting you build a career out of slagging him anymore. I've already spoken to the other stations in town. I don't care what your ratings are. Once I told the other owners how much ad revenue we've lost because of your rants, well, I hear Coast City is hiring. You have 10 minutes to pack up your things. Then I'm having security escort you out. And shame on me for hiring you in the first place. Tonight, you can run that tape I gave you, Jerry. New cowboy jocks will be here in the morning shift. Sure thing, Mr. Sendoza. I knew this was coming. If a girl's got a big mouth, there's always some guy can't wait to shut it for her. Don't they get it? This thing is my whole life. I'm really sorry about this, Lily. I had no idea. You okay? Okay? You kidding, Jerry? Alrighty. I'm the keenerest. I think I'm gonna go get some air. If I can't stay in this game by playing by the rules, then I'm sure as hell gonna burn the game board. Thanks for all your support, Jerry. She killed him!
Oh, wow.
In fact, you know what I think? Hey, Tandy, you might want to, get the hell out of the building. I think I'll just do that, Leslie. Thanks. I think I'll need a bigger venue. You hear me, Metropolis? We want the airwaves. Ever since I was a little girl, ever since I can remember, I knew teen scenes for certain. That I had special talent, and the boys weren't ever going to let me play on a level playing field. That's me calling Metropolis the girl you love to hate. I hate you back, you hear me? I hate you back. Rock. Rockety rock rock. I'm coming in the air tonight, Metropolis. Hold on. So how's that for her origin?
I like that. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I like how
pretty much the anime series stuff still, but yeah, just incorporate it in.
yeah, I like that. That's because I was like, as soon as I saw the flashback panel of Superman saving that woman in the car, I was like, oh, that's a cool way of bringing it together.
Exactly. What? That's just Bolivar, Superman. Yeah, basically, yeah, helps him up and everything as he does have a nice talk with the guy. Now he realized he has to find Lois fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a woman's life is in danger. Of course it is. Don't worry, we'll be fine, Superman. But then, well, speak of the devil with blue tights on.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my fault, you know. You put the devil in me. What are you going on about now, Willis? Oh, yeah, right, like you don't know. Pretend I'm not a stalker, psychotic kid, and let me in on this theory of yours. Yeah, I forgot they're kids.
Yeah.
You never even said youngest.
Yeah.
I face Alphabet's corrupt government agency. Looked up close in the eyes of a desperate tyrant. I've done 3 jails interviews with men condemned to the electric chair for crimes so indescribably heinous, mere words seem completely inadequate. I don't like it when you call me kid, Lois. It's not respectful. But you know what I'm talking about. How you posed just for me every time I took your picture. I face down evil mystics and supervillains. You're a photographer, Willis. That's part of my job. Posing for guys with cameras. Don't you say that. Don't. From now on, there are no other guys for you. But the blank, faraway stare of this damaged kid's eyes is one of the scariest things I've ever seen. He's already killed at least twice. Or the next guy to take your picture will be the morgue, Lois. All right, Lois, you've got the gun. At one time or another, most women in the public eyes have some lovesick fantasist making up scenarios about them. I just never figured it'd be my coworker. It's not it's the not knowing, the shifting feeling of being the starring actor in some maniac's dream life that makes this such a delicate walk on razored wire. Oh no, you're not going to ruin this night for us, Lois. Stand up straight, please. Because God only knows how this date's supposed to end. You look amazing. Geez, thanks. Hold on, I have something for you. He's not totally into fantasy. I can see that much, but he's still a little bit real world cautious. I was going to get you a corsage, but, well, you know the pins. Willis, I don't want to upset you here, but you do realize those roses are dead. Yeah, I don't know why I do that. Give you dead roses. Guess that's pretty weird. You can put them down while we dance, I mean. So I'm playing along for a moment, and that moment will come, Willis. Our prom scene is magic under the stars, Lois. Do you feel it? Because to be honest, I didn't even care that much for my real prom. Uh-oh, and then there's her first appearance.
I love that.
Hey,
cool.
Big boy. That's right. I'm talking at you. Quit hogging the stage, pal. No, not now. Hurry, ladies and jerks. This reality TV gets a lot more realified. You're watching LWTV, and you ain't got no choice anyway with your host, the beautiful, the brilliant, the botastic Livewire. I don't have any time for this, young lady. You better make time, pretty boy, because there's only room for one ratings grab in this town, and I think it ought to be someone a little younger and sexier. I hear that a lot, actually, and yet I'm still here. Well, she's human, but looks like her entire system is running electrical current. Enough juice to power the city. Or destroy it. Ah, Superman, you're hurting my feelings. I can hear it, Superman. The lightning. It's talking to me. It's saying, hey, lady, I like you. Let me melt some topography. Livewire, listen. There's a woman who's being held hostage. You gotta let me. Are you kidding, big guy? On my special night with this market share? Uh-oh. Don't tell me you're mad, hot stuff. Oh, baby blue, not again, with the tall building and the leap and the whatnot. Boring! Let's face it, dude, you've been the big story for way too long. I've always had a thing for electricity, called a mutual crush on. I like it. It likes me. We're stink buddies, you know. But this, and this, I'll be everywhere. Satellite, television, radio, cell phones, the internet, they're gonna adore me in Pakistan, or else. All that's left to do is, well, move some old news to the back of the paper. Be honest with me, Superman. Does attempted homicide make my butt look big? Livewire, listen to me. You've made your point. You've got the talent. But this is your last warning. I'm not much more for warnings, to be honest. Bye-bye, Blue Eyes. Oh, he's almost, mind you, perfectly dateable hunk meat. Too bad about the morals and junk. He is powerful. Gotta hand him that. What's it gotta take to make that guy take the hit? What the hell? What did you morons just fling a metropolis hot dog at me? Do you know the kind of things they put in those? You leave him alone later or you'll regret it. That's Superman. He protects us. Ow, damn it. Back off, normals, and before I season you all away and you all like walking bacon. And like even when you're bringing them nothing but trouble and danger, they love you, Supes. I may be positively ill. So that's it. Pain or no pain, this ends now. Don't worry about Lois Lane, Superman. She's got a date with my semi-psycho half-brother. Guess it runs in the family. Tell me you're not a little depressed, huh? She knows. You've had your warning, Livewire. And Gold Pie, did I go too far, you think? I never was good with boundaries. You think I'm scared of the sky, Superman? I own the sky. You're gonna love the smell of the flesh burning you glory hog. Oh boy. I love it. Wait, you forgot something. You forgot the punch. No, wait, Dan. It's right here. Not that punch, Willis. Oh!
Ouch.
And sure enough, do you know what forms thunderclouds, Livewire? If let's see if you pay attention in class. It's ice particles crushing into each other. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, Livewire. But you've been canceled. Livewire, please. You don't want your brother to go to jail for murder. I know you don't want that. And sure enough, I'm coming, Lois. And don't worry. It's just a speeding bullet. He stops it this time.
Yep, there you go. I love that. I love it when Superman does that. He just puts the hand out.
Yep. And it turns out I'm faster than those. Don't tell anyone. But Miss Pulitzer winner was scared. Don't tell anyone. But you almost stopped a superhero's heart. Now, if you brought me a change of clothes, you really would be the perfect husband. Now get me out of here. I've got a story to write and a senator to put in prison. Nag, nag, nag. 2 nights later, Superman, come in. This is my wife, Esther. Esther, this is a Superman. Sorry I'm late, Joseph. Esther? Nonsense. We're holding Shabu's dinner for you, and the guest of honor is never late. Normally we make the blessing with wine, but for you tonight, we got grape juice. That's very thoughtful, Joseph. I'm familiar with kiddish. And what about his cape? Should I offer to take his cape? I wonder. Oh yeah, just a nice little bit as they're just talking. It turns out they had a son who died in the Gulf War. You'd have liked him, like you, he was never afraid of anything. Like Jimmy's not afraid of anything. I watched Jimmy climb up that crazy bridge and try to fight a robot with a baseball bat, Superman. You two may never be afraid, but I'm afraid for him. He idolizes you. I'm afraid we'll both lose him one day. I'm worried for your inspiration to that young man. Mr. Shulman? Okay, so that makes a lot of sense!
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know your heart's in the right place. I'm afraid you have a couple of things wrong, if I may. First, I do worry. I worry all the time. But more than that, the world is full of exceptional people. The people in the world who do kindness or search for truth despite their lives being at risk. The engineers, the teachers, the doctors and adoptive parents, the scholars and the firemen, and yes, the journalists. People who risk everything for the sake of others, and those who simply try to help those who need and whose need might be greater than their own. Those people inspire me, not the other way around. They're my magnetic north, if you will. They're the way of it all, Joseph. Oh ho, one heart, many homes. I can't make exceptional people choose not to be exceptional. If I did, who would that serve? The world needs them more than it needs me. But Jimmy's so young. He is. But the people of the planet, Joseph, they're special. I think they were all meant to do great things, maybe greater in their way than what I can do. And Joseph, when you pushed Jimmy out of the way of that fight I had with Black Adam, you became one of those people too. Everyone gets one life, Joseph. Just speaking of the people you've worked with at the planet, people like Perry, Lois, Ron, and yes, like Jimmy Olsen, they're people who choose to make their lives count. I can't stand in the way of that. And if I have any idea, any notion of all the right or wrong, I know what would be wrong. But I do promise to keep an eye on them all. No one says I can't watch out for my friends. You included, sir. I have to believe you, Superman. It's all we can do. You can come here anytime, Superman. Such a nice young man. No appetite to speak of, however. And that was it.
That was great. I like that. That was fun.
How was it compared to, say, Rucka's Run? I feel this one was a bit, You knew she she didn't have long on the book.
Yeah, I preferred the Rocker run more because, yeah, you could definitely tell she was trying to cram all this stuff in because I don't have much time.
Yeah, she only had a handful of issues because the very next one was in the with the Infinite Crisis tie-in, and it felt like, I mean, I overall enjoyed it. There was issues, but again, it was a fun romp. And I thought Byrne's artwork was very good, but again, not the incredible artwork I've seen from him.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, a lot of people look the same. Have you noticed that? Like they got like it's hard to tell if Willis was Asian or not.
Well, when the Queen of Fables took the form of that like brunette girl, I thought I thought she took the form of Lois.
For a moment, I thought so too, but then Perry didn't recognize her. Again, it felt like, again, this is not the greatest run, but it was still a fun run.
Yeah, it's fun.
How was Lois in this?
More tolerable.
I'll show you more stuff where she's tolerable, dude. Or if not well handled. I promise you, I will prove to you why I love her so much.
Oh, I believe you that you love her. I just can't stand the character myself.
But again, I will prove to you why others loved her. You were probably always wondering why people blew up. I'll give you a reminder why.
No, I get why. It's just a lot of people it took someone else's opinion as an attack on them.
No, I know. I get that, which I agree with that. I'm just saying. Just saying. I'd love to show you why, like when Lois has been handled much better during post-crisis. Unfortunately, a lot of those stories fall by the wayside, or they're in little moments.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think even in this case, it showed. Notice, Lois isn't being the bitch or anything. She's being the loving, adoring wife, and yet still being a strong, journalist. Yes, she needed help at the end, but up until that point, she was handling herself quite well.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I say, if she only needs help at the very last second and it was able to do well on her own until that point, I think that makes her stronger than if she was just a tied up damsel the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it feels like some people, and I'm not saying you, I'm saying others, seem to think she's like if she had to be rescued even once, everything, any goodwill's out the window.
No, it's just that the thing about me is that
I wasn't saying about you. I was saying about others. There are others out there who seem to think that.
We seem to think what again?
Because the moment that she saved even once, even though she was being tough until that point, all that goodwill's out the window.
No, that's not true. But the thing is,
I'm saying about you. I'm saying about others I've seen.
Yeah. So a lot of people take that extreme. My whole thing is that I just get tired of seeing the same story over and over again, which is Lois is in danger. Superman goes saves her.
Yeah, but I think it's also what led up to her getting in danger. That's the important stuff. It's kind of how Gail Simone once said. Yes, you can have, say, someone versus another hero. But the important story is what leads up to it and what happens after it. Although anything else is just a slugfest.
True again, but...
I'm saying that's what a real stuff. Yeah,
I know how the story is going to go, so I'm like, I know eventually she's going to be in danger. So that's why personally, that's why personally the Lois Clark dynamic isn't my cup of tea. Personally.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. But so, what would you say about when it comes to again this overall? Like, what was your favorite part? Like the favorite issue or little arc or whatever. For me, it was the Black Adam stuff.
Yeah, I love that one. I've always wanted to see a movie of Black Adam versus Superman. Hint, hint.
And I gotta say though, him turning around.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes. Yes.
Gail's sort of moments that most writers take for granted.
Yeah, because Superman's such a gentleman. He's not going to hit someone in the back.
But the fact that a guy would just be like,
Yep. He's like, all right, I know you're not going to hit me. So
what villain usually thinks that? Most are like,
I know.
No one would be the type of like, very well then.
That's why I love Black Adam so much.
Well, at least by this point, I'll be honest, his New 52, where they made him much more closer to the villainous side at first, I wasn't a fan of.
Yeah, I liked him more in Forever Evil.
Definitely. But But I love that one. I thought the Polaris stuff was good, but then given how we know that Polaris gets killed off in the first issue, it feels like, what was even the point?
Yeah.
But that was still, it's like Gail had a lot of good ideas, and Byrne did a good job. But you can see why Byrne was pissed off, right?
Yeah.
You can definitely tell why Byrne was pissed off. He thought this was going to be a new ongoing run.
But no.
Nope. But I will also say, though, I'll say at least you got to draw Dark Side during the sacrifice stuff.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's always a good day when you can draw Dark Side.
I mean, I breezed through that because I already went over that before, but that was good. But it did feel like there was no substance to this arc or this era.
Well, yeah, because it's a relatively short thing. So it's like there's not that much it can do.
Exactly. Although, funny enough, I was able to get through all of this in about around the same amount of time I did was Rucka's. But I think that's because, one, Rucka, I was able to breeze through stuff. But here, Gail has a lot of good dialogue for me to read.
She does. She's good at writing dialogue. I'll give you that.
And I'll say Schumann was an interesting character. Wouldn't want to see him again, though. I think he served his purpose. My
one problem with Gail is that she can be a little too wordy.
True. Also, what do you think about Livewire being anti-men?
Yeah, I hated that. I'm like, nope. You're turning me off to the character, Gail.
Well, you're supposed to be turned off. She's the villain.
Well, no, but I get it. It's like, I don't want to read more of the character. And that's a problem when it's the debut of the character.
That's true. Although, to be fair, next time we see her, Kurt Busiek would actually put her on a road to possibly getting redeemed, which would actually happen during the Grounded storyline when Chris Robertson took over. He brought that full circle and actually had Livewire become a hero.
Oh, that's when Superman put her in the electric blue suit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
But that was playing off of stuff that Kurt set up during his stuff. And to be honest, Livewire hardly got used except for a few appearances here or there, like in Superman Batman, which he made one appearance. But otherwise, they kept it. And I think having her be a bratty kid made sense.
Yeah, and I will
say
that's
the only justification I can give her for her anti-men viewpoints. She's still a kid.
Yeah, I will say I really like what they do with her in Dawn of DC. I really like that whole subplot.
I think they're playing off of this again. I think they are playing off again with what Kurt set up about how she's not a bad person, just a spoiled brat.
Yeah.
Or an entitled brat.
I like how she has her own podcast from prison.
Yeah, but as far as anything else in this, I'll be honest, this is a good if forgettable run.
Yeah, exactly. It's not horrible. It's not great. Let me be honest, but it's enjoyable. I would reread this if I had the opportunity.
I would say, no, why is this one on DC Universe and Mark Verheiden, but Rucka's run isn't?
Gotta take it up to DC, dude.
What the heck? Why is this run on it? Why is Chuck Austin's run on this? Why is so much of this on except for Rucka's Adventure the Superman run?
I have
the best of them, the best of the three.
I have no idea.
Man, okay,
DC does a lot of weird stuff.
I can understand for tomorrow. It's Jim Lee stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But Mark Verheiden, why does his run it? Why is Gail's run on it? I should tweet about that and even tag Greg Rucka and say, hey, Rucka, how come your Adventure of Superman is the only one of its era not being on DC Universe? I think that's a problem that needs to be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay. But overall, thank you so much. Shame we couldn't get to it to Mark Verheiden, but that'll be next time. But until then, see you guys on the next one.